That fellow welcomes sinners and eats with them even. I was raised in the country on a small dairy farm. I can remember as a boy when one of our neighbors' barns was hit by lightning and it burned to the ground. In that part of the world, barns are made of wood, timber. The neighbors rallied to save what they could and help the family whose barn was burning down. My family was there as well, though I was too young to be of any assistance and would probably get into danger, so I was put off to the side and stay there, watch what's going on. One of the curious things I watched were the cows. They had been spared because they were out in the field grazing when the barn was burning. When they saw the fire and the commotion back at the barn, they ran across the field and they queued up in a very neat little row and just stood there and watched and chewed their cud. Quite a spectacle for me and for the cows, but also for other people who had passed by. It was sort of like an evening's entertainment, really. An early lesson in human and animal behavior. There's a kind of awe, entertainment, whatever, at the tragedy of others. We all know this. That's why weather features so big in the news, especially big disasters. One photographer who makes his living shooting disaster footage, following storms and floods and natural disasters, he puts it this way. There's a relief, there's an exhilaration even, that horrible thing didn't happen to me. It's a natural reaction. We shouldn't worry about the immediate reaction, I don't think, too much. But what follows determines the extent of our compassion, of our mercy and love and care for other people. That we turn eventually to offer assistance, or act, or speak with sympathy towards those in need. Some, many perhaps, will just stay as observers. And sadly, it gets even worse sometimes. Many will judge people in distress or in trouble, saying, well, they had it coming to them. Trying to figure out some reason that they were visited with this disaster. Well, all to say, Jesus is in such a situation. So, here he is. He eats with people who are very questionable. People judged by society not to be worth caring for. For whatever reason, they are seen as outcasts. Sinners, we don't know what sort of sin, really, but sinners, outcasts, the sort of people you wouldn't mix with. In heavens, this man actually eats with them and spends time with them. There is no way he can be holy when he does things like that. How embarrassing that a religious man should act in this way. How dangerous even. If people like them are allowed friendliness and compassion, what will the world come to? It's this sort of judgment and others that eventually leads to Jesus being killed, actually. He's upsetting the way things should be done. and how people should be judged. He's exhibiting a mercy and a compassion that's not actually normal for the world we live in. It goes beyond that. And that's what is required of Christians as well. And so Jesus realizes what people are saying about him, and he tells these stories, these parables. First, the one about the lost sheep. Well, the good shepherd will go search everywhere and try to find that sheep and bring it back. If you know sheep at all, I'm not sure if sheep are as stupid as people say they are, but they are certainly curious. And they wander away, and they get into trouble. And they can easily get on the wrong side of a fence, or on the road, in traffic, whatever. The Good Shepherd realizes this, and he searches until he finds that sheep. And likewise, the woman who loses a coin in her house. Well, that's probably more like my situation. I lost my glasses. Searching around the house because I can't see without my glasses. And it is that sort of thing. And you're very thankful when you actually find even a small thing that you've misplaced or lost and looking for. As in all Jesus' parables, there's a trick. And in telling these stories, he's expecting people to put themselves in the role of the good shepherd or the woman in the house, to go search for the lost in a very exalted sort of position. But actually what he's trying to do is get us to think of the ways when we've been lost and been found by God, by Jesus, by those who are compassionate and understanding and help us back on the road. There is a natural thankfulness, yes, that we're not the ones in trouble. There's no disaster or scandal that's visited our family today. Yet it is important to remember those times when it was our turn to be helped, and how thankful we were for it. We must remember also the joy and the coming through bad situations. This is the joy of which Jesus speaks, the joy that he brings, and the joy that we can bring to others as his representative.